Okay, so Team Cup, hey Team FitFluence and every other cute little team within. I love that we are all in here and we are sharing and talking. I just really wanted to create a little bit of energy behind Team Cup. As I was saying to my coaches that I was on the call with earlier, it's really, it's really fun to have the energy behind the business right now because a lot of us are coming off of a high from Summit. And a lot of times it could be paralyzing because you're so overstimulated and you're like, oh my God, I have all these ideas and I don't know what to do next. So Team Cup is generally timed at a really good point after Summit. So you can help take those actionable things that you wanted to get, that you got out of Summit or that you learned from people that were at Summit and that was in our back office and actually start applying them, but in small little groups. So Team Cup generally transforms your business. So if you're brand new and you're like, I've never done Team Cup, I don't even know what I got myself into. I mean, they throw out statistics. You guys probably saw the email. Generally, everybody's business propels exponentially in Team Cup month because you are forcing yourself to step out of your comfort zone because, let's face it, a lot of us have a little bit of competitive spirit, right? Like, I don't know about you if you've ran a race or anything, but I'm always the person that wants to pick off that person in front of me, like in a kind way. I don't literally want to take them out, but I want to beat them, right? Like I'm competitive like that. I want to win. So when I put my Team Cup together, I said, look, I want to win. I want numbers on the board. I'll be frank, right? And so I want everybody to commit to at least Success Club 5 because I know we can do it. That's helping 3 people. And when we have the best intentions and we truly lead with that like enthusiasm and that like legit integrity to help them and transform their lives, like it happens, right? And when you have that energy and it's attraction marketing, we're saying the same thing. We're sharing our vibe and our life and how we make it work in our life. It just tends to happen, but we're putting the gas on, right? So we're coming off of the high from Summit, but we still have the pedal to the metal. And when you have little mini pods to be collaborative with, it goes outside of the big team page that can be overwhelming. And we can really, truly hone in with one another and say, okay, here's what I'm doing. Here's what's working. So I want you guys all to share what your Team Cup goals are going to be. I want you to write them down because I'm going to create a thread in our Team FitFluence group. And I want everybody to upload and screenshot it. So don't do it yet because you should be writing it down. If you haven't already, you might already have done it with your little pods already. But I want everyone to screenshot it or snap a photo, whatever it is. Maybe you have it on your phone or you wrote it down of what your goals are for Summit, okay? Summit, sorry, Team Cup. So what is your Success Club goal? What is your rank goal if you have one? Maybe you want to just bring on 3 new people onto your organization. It doesn't necessarily rank advance. But what I was just talking about with my my little Team Cup group is if you are Emerald or even Ruby, I want you to make a goal of establishing yourself as an Emerald. So we talked about kind of an unofficial rank, which is Emerald 2 or Emerald 3 or Emerald 4, which is generally going to be what's going to accelerate you into Ruby and eventually into Diamond. Some people skip Ruby and go right into Diamond. So if you are Emerald, I want your goal to be getting to Emerald 2. And that's basically just getting to Emerald again, right? So you're having this practice of getting 2 new people in your organization every month. And what that's only going to do is that's just going to help build this like volume on your respective legs that is going to help you cycle more and eventually max out your Emerald cycle bonuses. And then you're going to propel up to Ruby because along the way, we're grooming them to be awesome Emerald coaches as well, which is going to help you get to Ruby and going to help you get to Diamond, right? And then Star Diamond. So I want you to share what your goals are for August with Team Cup and also what personal development you guys are going to be doing. All right. So I know as a team with our getting our shift on or getting our shift together, a lot of us are doing the No Excuses by Brian Tracy. My goal is to have that wrapped up and then be into August. I want to read 6 figures in 6 months. That was one that was referred to me by Brittany Adamson, who's our regional director for the West. And she said, those 2, hands down, she recommended to me. I'm like, all right, I'm in. I know Sarah McKinney's reading 6 figures in 6 months. I don't know, Dawn, if you are, but I want you guys to share what your personal development is. So it doesn't have to be the same thing. I just want to know, because personal development has to be a foundation to your business. It has to be something you do every single day. Doesn't have to be, hours, just like 10 minutes, whether you drive on the, you commute to work, you're doing the dishes, you're listening to something, you're just something just before bed if it doesn't overstimulate you, or first thing when you wake up. All right. So I want to know what everybody's doing with their personal development. I will create a thread specific to that. Okay. So goal setting has to be, in the forefront, and super, super important. So I gave our leaders a kind of a wrap up thing that Christina Delgado had sent to the Carl's I'm Here to Help group. And I want to share a little bit with you guys, kind of on what to expect. I don't want to spill the beans, because your leaders are probably going to take bits and pieces of that and share it with you guys into actionable steps. But I really think it's important for those that are just kind of, on the fringe, that are watching in going, God, I wish that I would have done Team Cup, whatever. But they still can take these practices and implement them into their business. And so they can still feel like they're a part of it, because I don't want anyone to feel like they're left out, right? Nobody gets left behind. If someone's, joins in on August 1st as a coach, I want them to be able to take this information and start utilizing it as well, even though they're not in Team Cup. They might be like, what's this Team Cup? Don't worry about it. We're going to help you get some legs on your business. And here's what you're going to do, right? So, but we also have to know, we got to let them start somewhere. But I just want you guys to be enthusiastic about this. Like, if you feel like you're being dragged into doing this, then make sure you say something to your team captain so you don't feel dragged along, because there's nothing worse than being the team captain and having somebody that doesn't really want to do it, but they feel like they have to do it. So I just want you guys all to recommit to your teams that, you know what, I am in it to win it. I want to put some numbers on the board. But I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about your mindset. And I talked about this earlier, so sorry to our little Team Cup pod, but I want you guys to you have to have your mindset right, okay? So this is where I get woo-woo. I think that we obviously are in an attraction-based marketing business. So you attract your tribe. You attract the people that you want to be around. If you're always negative and Debbie Downer, you're going to attract those people, right? Like, misery loves company. But when you're happy, like, that meme, like, I'd rather be annoyingly positive than, negative Nancy. I forget the actual quote. But when you're actually, you act as if who you are, and you're enthusiastic and you're energetic and you're super pumped about what you're doing. Just like if you'd gone to a restaurant and you had like the greatest service, you're going to tell people about it on social media, right? Like, who doesn't think about what would my post be about this meal I'm eating right now, or this movie I'm seeing right now? Like, that's kind of the era we live in. I think it's so crazy, but it's totally true. So I want you to take that mindset and shift it into a leadership role, whether you're leading a Team Cup or you're leading your own business. So I want you to envision your success right now. I want you to envision that you are a diamond coach. You are an emerald coach. You are a star diamond coach. You are a 5-star diamond coach. Whatever you want to be, whether it's a year from now, I don't care. I want you to manifest it and envision it. Truly, like, envision it. And that's why I think these vision boards are really, really profound, because when you put it out there, then the likelihood of that goal coming to fruition is far more substantially higher than if you just like, yeah, I kind of want to be like a diamond coach. Like, nobody kind of wants to be a diamond coach. You either do or you don't, because if you do, you're going to put in the work that it takes to get to diamond, because diamond doesn't just fall into your lap. But you also have to know, like, when you become a diamond, that's really when your business starts to take off. Like, that's truly when you evolve into that leadership role. And now you have to reformulate your mindset to, okay, I'm this leader. Now I'm a superstar diamond that's going to be gracing that stage summit, right? I'm going to rock the shit out of this business. And I'm going to, prove to anyone in my world that thought that this is hokey or dumb or isn't going to work, or, been around too long and oversaturated, that I'm going to make something of it, but you have to live that every day. And remind yourself, especially on the days that they're a little bit down, your business isn't where you thought it would be at that point in the month. You got too many no's that you had thought somebody would be a dead ringer for your next coach, right? So I want you to start that mindset prep now, going into August, because when you start this attraction marketing now, and then all of a sudden, boom, August 1st comes out, you're starting to invite like a madman to your free group, and then you got your challenge group, and then you know what? You got to be a coach. We're doing our new coach kickoff, and we got a new coach training, and all that stuff that comes out every single month. Then people are going to be like, wow, Denise, like you have so much excitement for what you do. I have to be a part of this. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why Tammy joined you, right? And half your squad, like because of your energy, like Sarah's people are jumping in like fish out of water into her business because they see her energy and the fact that she doesn't really, care and doesn't sugarcoat. I mean, she cares, but she doesn't sugarcoat it to like tell people what they want to hear, right? But you need to be you and speak you. So, I may speak one way and doesn't mean that Joanna or Sandra speaks that way, right? So you just have to think about how you want your community to see you, and then it's not all of a sudden like, whoa, that doesn't sound like Sarah. That sounds like a billboard for somebody else, but that's all in your mindset. And when you have the mindset of, oh, I'm a robot for Beachbody, but no, you're just Beachbody's a part of your life, and you're excited about what it's gifted you, whether it's helped you transition into thinking of food as fuel, or it's taught you leadership and entrepreneurship, and it's maybe helped fill up your gas tank once, or maybe it's helped pay off a credit card bill or college tuition. In Carla's case, she was able to pay for her daughter's college tuition. Like that's huge. And don't short sight those things and sharing those stories. So we're storytellers. That's what we are. We're telling our story because I guarantee you're intrigued by somebody's story that they're telling. Here's an example. Our school kindergarten teacher, she posted on Instagram. She's not in any business, by the way. She just posted on Instagram her love for her husband. And she said, long post alert or a vulnerable post alert. And guess what? I said, see more. And I started reading it. And I was like, oh my God, like I was falling into the story she was telling me. She wasn't selling me a thing. Mind you, she doesn't have anything to sell me. But if she was, I would like now be interested to see what Allie was saying every time, because she was just talking about the first time she said, I love you to her husband, and that she was nervous. And like, I can't believe I just said that. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. She's stumbling on her words and moving on to the next topic because they were on an awkward walk, But then like she brings it back to when he said, hey, you know how much I love you, right? And she was like, what? And flustered. But I was like, I got goosebumps again. But, I was like engaged in the story because she was telling her story. And that's how we have to think about it. You're not just, hey, this is the workout I'm doing. I'm doing a bunch of jumping jacks. Oh, look at, now I'm doing lunges. Like, watch my lunges. I've got really good form. Okay, now I'm doing 20. Like, people don't care. They can go to YouTube and see that. So a little harsh because I was the one doing that too. But I kind of got schooled at Summit and realized that doesn't work anymore. Like they want to see videos, but they want the story behind the video. So be a storyteller in your posts. So I don't know if you guys watched the little clip on Team Cup and how the Canadian teams crushed it, right? Like legitimately crushed it. And here's why. And it was 2 Canadian teams. They won for Spirit and they won for the top Success Club points as a team. I don't even know what their numbers were. But here's what they did. They stopped playing small. All right, so you might see this from your leaders. Sorry if I'm leaking it, but I want you guys to start to think and anticipate what August could be for you. They took a list of 300 people. They literally accumulated a list of 300 people individually, all right? Which you might go, oh my God. But guess what? Guarantee if you whipped out your phone right now, which I'm actually on Instagram stories. I was about to post our little rally call, so I'll do that. If you were to go to your contacts and just open them up and go to A, like I'm pretty sure you could probably come up with like 300 people. I mean, I'm not even at the C's right now, and I have no idea how many I've passed. There's D's. I just saw Dawn. I saw Denise. Oh, I saw Joanna's name. I saw Michelle's name. Like, look, I just scrolled through and now I'm, just at the T's, and that took me, a good couple seconds. So however many people I just passed through, but they did not necessarily prejudge any of them, but they went and wrote down lists. And where you can start is going back to old pictures, old posts, like from last year. If you've been in the business and you went to Summit last year, or maybe you posted your before and after pictures, like, Facebook does a nice job of reminding us something that we posted a year ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, heck, go to those people that liked on there, add them to your list, find a way to reintegrate to them, because you know what? Anyone that likes or comments on your posts, there's your permission to have a conversation with them and say, hey, you know, I can't, you know, this was like 2 years ago, you liked this post, and it just kind of got to thinking, and I'm doing this challenge group. I don't know if you have any interest in doing it. You know, you were so supportive on that day, and I was so appreciative, but you know, I'm kind of starting to get my pieces together. You know, maybe you're not so wordy, but the less is more, but don't sell yourself short. So the idea is, you know, go big. Don't think small anymore. Go big, especially in the month of August, because that's just going to cue you up for an awesome end of third quarter and sailing into fourth quarter. And that's when, if you are a diamond or a 1-star, you are eligible for that new diamond bonus. So those of you that are gunning for a diamond and think, I don't think I can do it, guess what? There's been people that have been able to get to diamond in like 17 days. So not to say that that's should be your expectation of yourself. Those people were hustling. And just because they got to diamond, I don't want that to equate in your head like, oh my gosh, they must have like a $5,000 business. Like, no, probably not. They might have a short, big chunk of an income, but you know, the longevity of that diamond business is not there. But just goes to show that you can get to diamond, but just don't sell yourself short. All right. So just be prepared that you're going to start making lists. You're going to have to kind of swallow your pride a little bit, or maybe your nerves, and just go for it. Right. I always refer to Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule. I highly suggest you put that on your personal development list. It's one of those things that if you just kind of have a gut feeling about something or someone, and you just say it to them. Like I said this to, like, somebody liked my post who was a veteran, a military guy. And I said, you know what, this might be totally blunt and out of line, but you know, first of all, I thanked him for his service. And I said, you know what, are you in, you know, he seemed like me. I said, oh, you seem like you're in fitness. Thanks for liking my fitness post. Totally blunt here, but do you know about Beachbody and what we do as coaches? We have an amazing military program. Would you ever think about it? And I mean, I haven't checked to see if he actually responded, because it was just about 2 hours ago, but hey, he might come back or he might never respond, but I just said it, you know, like I was just like, I trusted my gut. I could have sat there and debated and be like, oh, I might hurt his feelings, or I might offend him, or he might think I'm totally selling him. But I just said it. And I said, hey, I'm going to be blunt. So just don't like overcomplicate it, and don't prejudge, and don't talk yourself out of reaching out to somebody. You let them be the one. Okay. Your groups should be developing strategies with you. Your team leaders are going to give you like actionable things that you can do each month. So I just want you to be like a student, be a sponge, learn from those people that have been successful in the past, and how you can truly, you know, be that next person that when it comes Team Cup in February, you're like, I'm going to run this, you know? I'm trying to see what my next comment was here. Sorry, I do have notes. That's why you see my eyeballs kind of going back and forth. Am I going too fast? Does anybody have any questions? I took I'm on a different screen, so I'm coming back to see if anyone has any questions. I know we have everyone's kind of like, and see. Dawn's jazzed. Awesome. I see a smile on Rebecca's face. Erica's like, yeah. Denise's eyes down. She's taking notes. She's serious business. Always. I know it. Kristen's like, yeah, bring it on. The teacher. Love it. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Cool. Because I want to just, you know, verbal diarrhea, literally. And then you guys be like, yes, great rally. And then we're going to do a big like team picture at the end. Okay. So they're going to give you strategies on how to talk to people. Okay. So coming out of Summit, I forget who the coach was that said it, but it was a coach on one of the leadership workshops I attended. And she said, you know, this is like Beachbody's new year. And it's totally true, because everybody comes out of Summit super stoked and jazzed and like, oh my God, I can't wait. And people's business like accelerates all through the year based on those that maybe didn't go to Summit. No offense to anyone who didn't go, don't take offense. But those that were like, nah, I don't need to go, you know, and then the business just like transitions crazy. And so like every July, people reflect back to what their business was a year ago when they were at Summit last time, and how it's changed and what they need to do differently to make sure it's way different next year, you know? So that goes back to the envision piece. I want you guys to envision yourself walking across the stage with all those, you know, accolades, the ribbons, you know, down to your kneecaps. And, you know, how awesome would it be to have like a shitload of us from Team FitFluence and, you know, your other little teams, because everybody's going to start building their own team, you know, their small little teams within, rocking that stage together. 1-star diamonds, 2-star diamonds, like Success Club legends, all-star. Like, I want you guys to envision that that's you, okay? That's you in that blue dress or whatever color dress, or that floral jumpsuit that's walking across. Envision it. What are you wearing? How's your hair? You know, did you color your hair then? Like, just like super, you know, super specific envisioning of what your success is going to be. All right. You're going to do stuff every single day to chip off your business. So along with that strategy is make sure you have a way to market. So I started using that daily task list that Dawn shared in the group. I shared it in my little Team Cup pod. I want you guys to do the same with having some way of tracking. And I don't care. You could use Google Streak. You could use Teamsy. You can use your pen and paper. And there's a screechy kid. But have a way to document, because what you don't want to do is have like 10 people that you talk to a day and then you never talk to them again. You know, like you forget to follow up with them. Especially if you know there's new people coming to your Instagram or your Facebook page, and you go out and reach out to them and you're like, oh, I never heard back from them. Like, think to follow up, like write them down. You know, I'm very unsophisticated when it comes to it. I'll write a name down. And then when I realize I need to go follow up, I go back a couple pages and I see what I wrote next to it. I'm like, oh, I haven't heard from Jessica in a while. She never responded to me. I'm going to see if she read it. And then I go back, and if she did, I'll be like, hey, you know what? I just want to make sure you got my message. I saw you read it. I totally do that all the time. I read it on my phone and have the intention of writing back, and I don't. I think we're all kind of nodding our heads like, oh, do that all the time. So make sure you've got a strategy when you reach out and a follow-up system, because what's the word? What's the phrase? Fortune's in the follow-up. You guys are all muted, so you can't say it. And I want you guys to celebrate a win within your teams every single day, right? So whether it's a no, or it's a challenge pack, whether it's a 2-week trial membership, whether it's a free group enrollment, I don't care. Just celebrate something every single day within your teams. Like, continue to have that energy every single day. Maybe you reached out to somebody you never would have reached out to before. Celebrate that. Like, oh my God, you guys, I just reached out to someone that we call our chicken list. If you guys haven't read Get Over Your Damn Self, it's a great book. And it's really more about leading with the business, which some people can do, some people can't. But she has this thing called her chicken list and your master list. Your chicken list are the people that scare the crap out of you for contacting, because maybe they intimidate you, you know, but you know that they would be amazing because maybe they've succeeded in a business before, or they're very, they have a huge following on social media. They always have people commenting. They were your high school track coach, or, you know, you looked up to them when you were a senior in, or a freshman in college, whatever. Like, that's the person that is on your chicken list. But maybe you reached out to them, and then there's your win, you know? So just have something to celebrate every single day within your team. And then lastly, share the goods. Share what's working. If you have a struggle, if you see like you are continuing to have pushback on some part of the invitation process, what is it specifically you're having challenges with? Or what is working for you that maybe wasn't working last month? Because you have to know that you're going to have to tweak things every so often. Like, you're not going to be able to be cookie cutter and copy and paste the same invitation like 80 times, because everybody's personality is different. But if you do the copy and paste, make sure you change the person's name, because I've done that before. And I've written like, hey, Jessica, and then like comma, hey, Sam. And I'm like, oh, shit, I totally just copied and pasted the whole last message and put it into the other one. So we all make mistakes. You know, I think at the end of the day, as you share your goods, also share your mistakes. You know, just be human, you know, like don't think you have to do it the right way all the time, because I trip and I fall on my face all the time, and I have to pick myself back up and, you know, be upfront about it and say, you know what, I have to apologize. I think my initial invitation or my initial approach was so bad. So I'm just going to leave it there. I apologize. And so if I don't hear back from this military guy, I'll probably reach out to him in like two days and be like, you know what? That might have been a little blunt. I apologize. You know, I appreciate the connection. And then I move on, right? But just own any mistake you make, but also share the successes, share those wins, and just have fun. You know, like, this is fun, and you're doing it with a team of people that are going to cheer you on when you fall. Not going to cheer you down on because you fell down, but they're going to cheer you on and encourage you and lift you back up. And I think that's really the beauty of Team Cup is everybody wants to see you succeed because they want your team to succeed. And that's why I think this business is awesome because we're in it together. And I was so moved to see, I think it was Melanie, as a matter of fact, that was on stage, and she says, we are all a team. Every single one of us are a team together. It's not me versus you, and I'm going to outsmart you, and I'm going to work harder than you. Like, mind you, if you do want to exceed and you're, refer back to the very top, you're that competitive person and you want to pick off that person that you feel like, you kind of resonate with, like, pick them off. What are they doing more than what are they doing, and how can you outwork that next coach, right? But it's all in friendly competition because we are all collectively a team. We are all saying the same message, right? Like, I'm not going to go and try and like take one of Melanie's coaches or customers, right? Like a prospect that she's working on just to get me a success club point, right? Because that's going to turn around and bite me in the ass. We're doing this with integrity. If someone's like, hey, I'm talking to so-and-so about the business, like, great. Cheer them up and be like, absolutely, you better go contact her right now and enroll because this is amazing. Like, we are just like the tip of the iceberg once we launch into UK. I think that's just going to snowball into all these other countries. And you guys, your business is going to go bananas. So we're in this as a team. Have fun with your little teams. And, don't be afraid to share on our big team page and our Team FitFluence what's working, and reach out to me or your sponsoring coach if you're like, I'm so struggling right now, or I felt like I had a lot of momentum and it's just tanked. Like, what am I doing wrong? What can I do differently? And then we dissect it and we figure it out together, and then we pick you back up and then you move right along. But don't let, a couple days of down, time in your business, or no response, or maybe you didn't get Success Club within, by the 10th, if that was your goal. Don't let that deflate you, and don't let it, drag down the energy of the team. Right? And don't go dark and quiet on them because, your team leader is going to be like, hello, where are you at? Right? So that's really just what I wanted to accomplish tonight. I just wanted to get you guys excited. I wanted you guys to feel like this is like the best time to be a part of something. I'm super stoked that I'm doing this. I made the right decision. I am challenging myself to step out of my comfort zone because why the hell not? Right? Like, just think of how good you're going to feel as you get some legs on your business if you don't already, or you're reestablishing your business if you've kind of taken a step back. Like, that's the beauty of Team Cup too. You make of it what you want, but you committed to your team, so you really want to make sure that you are an active participant and checking in as daily as well. So that's all I have. I feel like I just blah for the last 20 minutes. Maybe it was more half an hour. So does anybody else have anything they want to add? Any leaders, anybody? We have 16 people on, and this is so fun. I'm just reading the comments. Parade. There's not going to be a parade. I'm sorry. We might jump out of airplanes, though, at Summit next year. That's better, right? I'm going to bring in a helicopter. We're going to all be in a big parachute. No, that's dangerous. Really dangerous. I don't think I can do it. I'm trying to see if I can, hold on, close that. I want to see what our view is. But anybody have anything to add? You can unmute yourself if you got anything to say. Because then I'm going to Instagram your asses. Well,
I unmuted just because I wanted to.
Because Dawn, you probably have something to say.
No, I have a question. It's not Team Cup. Has anybody blended Daily Sunshine yet?
With something else, or just blended it?
Like with ice in a blender. I haven't blended it yet, but is it good blended? Better?
My daughter had it with frozen strawberries and frozen strawberries and frozen bananas, and she
awesome.
I gave my kids with banana because that's how I make mine, chocolate and banana, and they just thought it was my shake. So it tastes
nice. I was just curious. I was gonna blend it. I didn't.
I think you should. You should be rebellious, Dawn, and blend it.
I might, and I'll do it live. I did my revealing and taste test live since I had no kid to do it.
Dog? You could have your dog slurp it.
No, they don't get that. It's mine. Do you know how much this stuff is?
Dawn, you should have had your husband try it.
Oh, there you go. No.
I needed a good video. Of course, as I'm making it, I'm like, dude, I hope this doesn't suck because this video would be terrible. And
It's yummy, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. I'm drinking it every day.
It's good.
Okay, sorry, Taryn. That was my big contribution.
So I'm working on a calendar for Team Cup, and it's taken me a while because I want to kind of get people out of their comfort zone. I'm working with a lot of newbie coaches because I want to push them out of their comfort zone, and I have them going live twice a week to not scare them, overwhelm them. But this is a group that does not go live at all.
Nice. I love that.
No.
Will you share that calendar once you come up with it? And she's frozen.
Oh, she froze.
Yeah, she froze. Oh, I see it. Oh, Tammy's trying to show.
Oh, yeah, no, you got to share that like on on our page, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a poor girl. I loved it. I was like, all I told them was I wanted a list of 50, and she goes, 50? I'm like, oh, no, that's what you're starting with is your list of 50. And then I jumped on her Facebook. I'm like, well, you've got 300 on Facebook, so you can write a list of 50 for me tonight. She did it.
Denise is still frozen.
She's totally frozen.
But with any luck, she will share that calendar with us. I love the idea about the live, going live. So those of you on my team.
Our group is doing, because we have a lot of new people, like one literally just signed up. So I'm setting up a free group that we can all feed into. And that's going to be like the 7th, I think we did. And then we're going to try to transition into a group challenge group so that they don't have to run their own with a bunch of newbies. And we're looking to do that the 3rd week of the month to hopefully hit success early. And then to close out the month, they're going to be on their own, inviting to their next group that hopefully will start at the beginning of the next month to close out their points. But that's kind of our. We're just going to do. I'm just going to repeat a clean eating one that I had. So we'll just do a free clean eating group, and then this way there will be a week in between, so that they can then work on transitioning. Because these guys like haven't done like legit invites yet. So it's like, okay, start inviting, and they're like to what?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that goes alongside of the setting up the repetition each month. So having a marketing plan every single month and knowing what that is, like every week should be consistent with what you do the following week the following month, because people, see that. And if they see consistency that it's subconscious perhaps, but if they see like, oh, she's got this free series going on right now. Yeah, whatever. Oh, now she's talking about this challenge group. Whatever. Oh, she has this new coach training. Maybe I'll snoop a little bit. And then, she's talking about this free thing again, but it's different. I wonder what she's doing. Challenge group. Okay, fine. What the hell is this challenge group thing you're posting about? Like, tell me more information. So you got to do it consistently. And that's why, when you story tell, and when you guys saw it, when I kept telling you guys, hey, those of us that are inviting into the coach sneak peek, drop that link into everything a couple times, not every single post because that might get nauseating, but creating a short link. If you have something that is a free group and you want to get people to slide into, is drop that into any post that is related to that type of thing. If you're just even doing your workout, and you're telling your story about how you felt during your workout or afterwards, and then you plug your short link to your free group, because that's just going to you never know who's going to click on it and be like, oh, and if it's open, then you don't have to worry about it, right? And let them come on in and see what you're all about. And then that's when the curiosity peaks, right? So keeping them curious about what you are talking about, not laying it all out in a, 3-page post, which I'm really good at doing because I take to talk a lot. Anything else? Anybody else got anything they want to add or that they're excited to do?
Well, one of the things that I am going to put together with my team is actually a Fit Club. So this is actually my very first time doing, well, this is my second Team Cup and my first time being team leader, and I have Denise to thank for that. Yeah, so
Way to step out of your comfort zone.
Weekly Zoom calls. We have our first Zoom call tomorrow, and we have our own like messaging group. So we've been going back and forth, and we are going to organize a fit club on. Well, right now we have tentatively August 12th to do because we're all within like the same vicinity.
Sweet. I'm so excited for you, Tammy. Way to step up and be team leader.
Thank you.
So fun. Anything else? Anybody? Before we hop off, I know this is way out there, but I'm kind of trying to put my mind into like the next month and next month. We guys, Super Saturday or Super Sunday or Super Friday, wherever you might be, make sure you know where yours is. And if you are in or around the Seattle area or want to come out to Seattle, let me know because Carl is coming on Sunday, Super Sunday. And so anyone that is around this area or wants to get their way out here, we're going to do a leadership retreat type thing at Carla's Aerial Gym, and details will be coming out. And then we're going to do like a mastermind kind of leadership dinner thing. So if anybody wants to make their way out to Seattle, those of you that are in the area, then expect that just because it is a big deal that Carl's coming. So some people are like, I'm coming. Like Sarah McKinney submitted from Arizona. So you guys make your way out here. I will find you accommodations, even if it's in my workout room with a sleeping bag. All right? So just keep that in mind. Look in there. You got a couple months to plan for it. Just sling a couple challenge packs, and then you could take that money and put it towards a plane ticket to come out to Seattle and meet Carl. How cool would that be? Just saying. Now that I got that out of my system. All right. Well, you guys all got stuff going on. Thanks for hanging out. If anyone has anything else to say, go for it. Blurt it out. Otherwise, we can wrap up and go rock your team cups and really start planting the seeds and, envisioning what your success is going to be during Team Cup. Maybe envisioning you're holding the Team Cup trophy. I'm just saying. I'm envisioning myself with it. Our names all over it. All right, friends. I'll stop yapping. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Love you guys. Bye.